Grand Canyon, how big is your mansion? Yeah. Fresh out of school, now you working and focus on fashion. Pretty girl and you let go. Got time but you got goals. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la, yeah, I met her at a 1-0. La 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 la, now we at the same house party. La 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 la, if you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Oh, sick, you born in the Hamptons, I heard that's expensive. Damn, and you famous on Insta, your pics is a blessing. I think you could be a centerfold, no need for the money though. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la, yeah, I met her at a 1-0. La 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 la, now we at the same house party. La 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 la, if you wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. La 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 la, yeah, I met her at Coachella. La 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 la, why you acting like you don't remember? La 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 la, ever wanna waste time, baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Where nights don't end and the camera don't stop and all we got's time to lose. Where the rain be on pause and the boulevard hot, I heard she like trash and rolls. And yeah, we're all drunk and a little too high if you wanna feel something new. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California. Hey baby, waste your time with me in California.
Hey, hey, yo, Sap, what's good, bruh? This man's kinda high out here. Hey, yo, the flyest motherfucker in the room, yeah, you know it's me. Bitches hating on him cause he started out here locally. Hopefully, I'll be at the top soon. For now, I'm at my house, on the couch, watching cartoons. You know how much you love it when you get it in abundance. Give a fuck about a budget when you always be the subject of discussion. But it's nothing when you stop and just say fuck it. Cause you walking out in public and you hear him talking rubbish. I just wanna ride through the city in a cutlass. Find a big butt bitch somewhere, get my nuts kissed. That's the way it goes when you party just like I do. Bitches on my dick that used to brush me off in high school. Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money, ain't that some shit? Take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money, ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have in A&R. We gon' win, you can take the lose or draw. What I'm in, got these hoes who used to play me in they bras. We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. Take over the world while these haters get mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have. Hop into the car and then we take them to the pad. It's a bad. And motherfuckers think they know me but they never met the kids. Style come with excellence and money make benevolence irrelevant for the fuckers who never been intelligent. I kill my handy, break the bottle for the hell of it. Tell a bitch that she better bring her friends. And if she want an autograph, she better bring a pen. Yeah, the party never ends. Honest life is what I recommend, and if you gotta hope it for me, then she better be a 10. I ain't picky, but these girls be acting tricky when the situation's sticky and the liquor got them silly. But I take over the world when I'm on my Donald Trump shit. Look at all this money, ain't that some shit? We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have and they in awe. We gon' win, you can take the lose or draw. What I'm in, got these hoes who used to play me in they bras. We gon' take over the world while these haters getting mad. Take over the world while these haters get mad. That's why all my bitches bad. They see this crazy life I have. Hop into the car and then we take them to the pad. It's a wrap. back again.
To tear the roof off, see me as a true boss. I'm a beast up in the jungle, better not get lost. So you step into the fire when you stepping through these ropes. You know this is my crowd and you know this is my show. I'll take your head off, never back it down. Unmovable mountain, I am the king, don't touch my crown. They talk about the goat, yeah they talking about me. When they talk about the best, like blowing my kingdom. My father said when I was younger, hard times 3,000.
You're a monster.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in her. Feel like Godzilla. Better hit the deck like the car dealer. My whole squad's in here walking around the party. A cross between a zombie apocalypse and Bobby the Brain Heenan, which is probably the same reason I wrestle with mania shades in this bitch. I'm posse up. Consider it to cost me a costly mistake if they sleeping on me. The hoes better get insomnia. ADHD hydroxy cut. Past the capacity. In AA with an AK melee, finna set it like a play date. Better vacate, retreat like a vacay Mayday. This beat is cray cray, Ray J, H-A-H-A-H-A. Laughing all the way to the bank, I spray flames that cannot tame or placate the monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Up to the fire, spit a
monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
fire, up to the fire. Told him nick the balls, had him just appalled. Did so many things that pissed him off, it's impossible to list them all. And in the midst of all this, I'm in a mental hospital with a crystal ball, trying to see what I still be like this tomorrow. Whisper, dog voices whisper, my fist is ball back up against the wall, pencil drawn. This is just a song to go ballistic on. You just hold a pistol on the guy with a missile launcher. I'm just a Loch Ness, the mythological, quick to tell a bitch go off like a fifth of vodka. When you twist the top of the bottle, I'm a monster.
You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. I'm normal during the day, but at night turn to a monster. When the moon shines like ice road truckers, I look like a villain out of those blockbusters.
Up to the fire, spit a
monster. Blood on the dance floor, the Louis V carpet.
fire, up to the fire.
Monster. Blood on the dance floor, Louis V
If you never gave a damn, raise your hand, cause I'm about to set trip. Vacation plans, I'm on point like my index is. So all you will ever get is some motherfucking finger, prostate exam. How can I have all these fans that perspire like a liar's pants? I'm on fire and I got no plans to retire, and I'm still the man you admire. These chicks are spazzing out, I only get more handsome and flyer. I got them passing out like what you do when you hand someone flyers. And what goes around comes around just like the blades on the chainsaw. Cause I caught the flag but my dollar stacked right off the bat like a baseball. Like kidding, bitch, I got them racks with so much ease that they call me Diddy. Cause I make bands and I call getting cheese a cakewalk. Yeah. Bitch, I'm a player, I'm too motherfucking stingy for share. Won't even lend you an ear, ain't even pretending to care. But I tell a bitch I'm area of Shabaria, face on my genital area. The original Richard Ramirez, Christian Rivera. Cause my lyrics never sit well, so they wanna give me the chair. Like a paraplegic and it's scary, call it Harry Carry. Cause every time I'm digging Harry Carry, I'm Mary, a motherfucking dictionary on. I'm swearing up and down, they can spit, this shit's hilarious. It's time to put these bitches in the obituary column. We wouldn't see eye to eye with a staring problem. Get the shaft like a staring column. Trigger happy, pack heat, but it's black ink. Evil half of the bad meats. Evil that means take a backseat, take it back to fat beats with a maxi single. Look at my rap sheet, what attracts these people is my gangster bitch like Apache with a catchy jiggle. I stack chips, you better got a half-eat Cheeto.
Oh, what the fuck?
arm till I'm on an island. My life's riding on an autobahn, on autopilot. Before I touch dirt or kill y'all with kindness, I kill ya. My natural persona's much worse. You've been warned if you've been born or if you conform. Slap up a cop and then snatch him out of his uniform. Leave him with his socks, hard bottoms, and bloomers on. And hanging by his balls from the horn of a unicorn. Y'all niggas intellect mad slow, y'all fags know. Claiming you banging, you flaming. Bet you can light your own cigarette with your asshole. Me and Shady dead at the past, so that basically resurrected my cash flow. I might rap tight as the snatch of a fat dyke, though I ain't rap tight. My blood type's the 80s, my 90s was like the Navy, you was like the Brady's. You still fly kites daily.
Catch me in my Mercedes, bumping ice, ice, baby, screaming shady till I die. Like I have a paradise, life's crazy, so I live it till the fullest, till I'm Swayze, and you only live it once. So I'm thinking about this nice, nice lady. Wait.
Okay. Let's try it now. Maybe you guys can hear me now? Hey, it's actually showing up. Okay, well, that's awkward. I don't know how much of that went without audio. That's kind of embarrassing right now. Can't even lie about that. So, who knows how much of this stream, probably the first 40 minutes or so, just went without audio. Oops. Alright, well, we live and we learn. We know that Xbox, they were at least having a connectivity issue earlier here, at least here in North Dakota, but really across the entire country as far as multiplayer goes. So, was finagling with that as well. But hey, it is what it is. We're here with the audio fix, so we're going to do what we need to do. But again, just going to try to cycle up here through the field, try to catch up with the leader, which I do believe is still the 99 of Jackson Stotts. Trying to see maybe how much of a lead he really does have. But again, we're just going to cycle through all these drivers because unfortunately there is no good way just to get to the one driver that you want to get to. Speaking of the leader, there he is with Chris Hackney behind him driving the 48 machine. And really, Jackson Stotts has just started to run away with this race. He won last week at Kentucky, his first win with the UTLR crew, and now just looking to clear the way. And there you see it back there in the distance was the 42 and the 47 machine. Those were the second and third place cars, almost half of a straightaway behind with this. So, but the 99 just continuing his role here. No, it's just North Dakota having the issue. Maybe you should come home. Oh, buddy. If only it were that simple. There's a lot going on up here in North Dakota. I will say that much. Um, but you know, it is what it is. I really can't say more than that right now. I will probably text you about what's really been going down up here. Nothing bad, just been up here about a month now. I'm doing good as the production coordinator, by the way. I do, for those that watch the stream later, I do have a degree in radio and television broadcasting with a sports emphasis. So I do try to be around sports radio. I'm currently the production coordinator for a sports radio station in the North Dakota area. So before that, I was doing play-by-play out in Wyoming. So if any of my former players end up stumbling across my Twitch channel, hi, good to see you. What, North Dakota men's hockey? Hey, you know what? It's been a weird season for the North Dakota Fighting Sioux there. I cannot lie. It has been a very odd time, especially to begin the year. They started the year 3-4, losing back-to-back games to Cornell the way that they did. Just not really the ideal situation is really what I'm getting out of it. But they've got time. I know Colorado College and DU, they're coming here in about a month and a half or so. So that should be a fun 4 game set for the Sioux for the or correction, the Fighting Hawks. Sue me. Oh, and speaking of that, we got a crash here on the backstretch as Colton Kinney gets down into the 99 machine. But I have to wonder because with this, I believe there's only going to be 5 laps to go. Currently watching a side stream to see if a caution is going to be waived or if they're going to continue going green here. Right now, it does not appear that they are going to be slowing down anytime soon. Give some respect to the number 8 team in the nation. Hey, you know, different rankings, different teams, different strokes, different folks. That's what it is. And hey, that number 8 team in the nation, hey, anybody can lose on any given Friday or Saturday night, especially on the ice. So, no, I think Colorado College will do fine. I think DU will do fine. I think North Dakota. I think they all have a very good shot at making the NCAA tournament. So, with all them being in the NCAC, it's one of the tougher conferences throughout all of college hockey there. But as again, you see on screen, nothing really major happening here. It looks like they did choose to stay green. So we are currently on the last lap. Jackson Stotts looking to come away with the stage 1 victory as you see here on your screen. All he has to do is just stay out of the back bumper of the 15, and it looks like he will come coasting to the stage victory. So, Jackson Stotts continues his quick little reign here in these last few weeks, with John Dean coming home second, Farnhart third, Helton fourth, Diamante Hamilton. Looks like he came home fifth in the stage. And then we'll get the rest of this stage here in just a moment. All right, so we got Dylan Blevins coming home 6th, Zach Clater 7th, Marquine Brewer 8th. Luke Smith started on the pole. He falls back to 9th. Sam Schaefer coming away with a stage point there. That's your top 10. Only 12 cars now on the lead lap as we head into stage number 2. So stage 2 will be another 65 laps. With this pit cycle, they should all have enough fuel to get to the end. But again, only having 1 caution so far, that's a little bit of a confidence boost. DU sucks. Hey, you know, I get it because you're a CC fan. I absolutely get it. It's a little difficult for me to say they suck when they've got a more recent title, but I get it. All right, so we're going to get back to stage number 2. I'm going to get up here to the front with Jack Farnhart and Evan Helton. They're on the front row, so I'm not quite sure if the 99 just had a bad pit or what was going on with that, but he is no longer anywhere near the front, as it is currently going to be Farnhart Helton battling it out, but that is Diamante Hamilton, finished 5th in stage number 1, charging up for 2nd. And again, we are under minimum green flag rules, so Farnhart does have to complete another lap and a half under green, and then if accidents come, then we'll get a yellow. So it looks like Hamilton is able to go ahead and clear. So we'll go ahead and change the camera, and again, we'll continue to ride here with Farnhart until the end. I need something to cheer for since the football team here sucks. Hey, you know, I thought everything was going to be supposed to be right with Caleb Williams there in Chicago, my friend. I thought that was really the plan. But apparently, I mean, I don't know what it's going to be. So, I don't know how many offensive coordinators you could go through at this point. I really don't. But eventually, the common denominator has to be exposed, and you look at it back into his college football days and now in his Chicago days. Yeah, that too. But I know what you were talking about. Hey, they got their second win. They got their second win, especially with Quentin going in as quarterback. I think was definitely the right move for Air Force. Definitely was the right move. So, but we'll get back to the action here. So, High Road, aka Diamante Hamilton, continuing to hang on the second. Nope. Marquine Brewer currently sitting up in the top 10, but that's going to be the 99 sent all the way up to the wall, trying to make a run there. Not quite sure if that was intentional from the 44 or not, but have to think things are definitely going to get chippy here because now the 7's going to dive bomb the 1 and I want to say the 77. Maybe that was the 20 behind them. Have to take a look. No, it's a 44, so that was Zach Clater. So 2-for-1 special here for Marquine Brewer. Hunter Dowling continuing just to log laps, not really in a battle with anybody, so he's able to keep his nose clean. There's a reason why I went 4-8 in my first season on NCAA 25. Yeah, the rebuild's going to take a hot minute there for Coach Calhoun out there with the Air Force Falcons. Absolutely, it will. Cody Bonner continuing his solid day. Again, just trying to stay out of trouble, really. Trying to master some of these turns just a little bit better. And here we see Shackelford as he's coming down the backstretch now. Doesn't appear to be in any contention here. And then we'll come back up here to the front. There's the 77 car that I was looking for earlier. So Dylan Blevins currently hanging on to what appears to be a top 4 spot. But again, we're already starting to see some lapped car action happening here. Or maybe not, because let's go ahead and just cycle on up to the front here. I do apologize to these other drivers. Normally we would talk about you guys. However, there's a battle up front, and I'm trying to get to it as soon as I can. And speaking of it, so it does look like Dusty Stud was finally able to get around Diamante Hamilton. I do believe that was for second. Maybe it was for third. We'll have to see. And look up here. No, that was a battle for second. So INF is still very much in the lead. And right back here is the swarm of cars that are battling between third and sixth. Just the same, I couldn't win the Heisman with Cade Harris. You know, that's the one thing that I will give NCAA 25 credit for, is that there is a little bit of realism in this game. There is. There's absolutely some realism in that game. And I think strength of schedule was definitely probably something that did it in. I think with Harris, you would have had to broken some kind of major NCAA record. Maybe you probably would have had a shot there. So, but unfortunately, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, especially in NCAA 25 and really the NCAA in general. I mean, you kind of look at what the new rankings were that came out last night, with Indiana popping up all the way to 5, surpassing BYU. Colorado's now up to 16. Georgia, if the playoffs started today, they'd be the first team out. SMU's sitting there waiting. Just, it's tough. New wear and tear feature killed me. Yeah, but again, I think a lot of players, they were looking for a bit of realism here with that game. And I think that was kind of the big thing with them, is that they were looking for that realism. And I think that was one thing that, compared to NCAA 14, you really needed to have that here with 25. You needed to be able to have the NIL, the transfer portal. And I think EA Sports, they did a lot of good, but I do think there's still a lot that they can grow on as well. And now we see Smith passing up Shackelford. Now Helton kind of out on his own, but right now it has been the entire second stage here. Is now we're starting to get to lap traffic here. Is the 21 of Jack Farnhart starting to continue to roll away from John Dean, who you see way back there in the distance now. Slowly trying to catch him in the corners, but Farnhart able just to get off so well. Cade Harris was number 1 in the Heisman poll heading into the final week. You know, if that's what it was, then, I mean, you have to refresh my memory on who won it, what position, the stats, things of that nature, because, again, sometimes the game just does game things. I've had quarterbacks with 80-plus touchdowns, and they don't even get close to the Heisman. I don't understand it either. So we'll continue to cycle through some of these drivers here. Unfortunately, I don't have a live tally of who's where officially on the track or who's ahead of who by how much or anything like that. All I know is that right now the 21 is in the lead with the 47 currently hiding in second. And I want to say the 42's in third, but now we got the 20 who was ghosted there for a second as he gets back up to speed. So he caught the inside wall there coming out of four. That would have been the second different driver to have caught that issue. As you see Richard Denny again, some of these drivers, you can tell that they can use a little bit of practice here at Martinsville. It is a very tough, just over half-mile track here in the virtual world and in real life as well. It's a very tough track, smallest track in the game as well, but I think like less than 100th of a mile, which is like 52 feet. It's something kind of crazy like that, but it's also very, very narrow here at Martinsville compared to anywhere else. But there we saw the 20 headed in for his pits. And now we've got a couple cars going around there on the front stretch as well. So I'm trying to look at one of my other streams here to see if that yellow is going to come out. I don't remember who it was. I only had like 50 yards in the final. Yeah, that's what it is. Those last weeks is what matters. That's what matters. Does in college football, it does really anywhere, unfortunately. So, all right. Are we going to get that caution? It does appear that we are going to go ahead and finally get that second caution of the evening here. Coming. Or maybe not. Because it looks like everybody's caught up with each other. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because definitely on screen it looks like it. Jackson Stotts is completely turned around on track. I don't know what the hell that was about there with the 99. But we are going to have 35 laps to go as everybody's coming around. So we'll go ahead and try to pop back up here with the leader, who again should be INF. Looks like the 8's going to go ahead and get his lap back. So again, yeah, NCAA 25, there's definitely a lot of realism coming in with that game. And unfortunately, that's definitely probably what ended up biting you in the backside. So, but it looks like we are getting some racers staying out, getting their lap back. Good Lord. That's the other thing with this game. When it comes to the game, really playing out, you get situations like this. I'm not touching the controller. You're getting word that my audio is out. All right. Not quite sure why the audio issue is having the issue that it is. Really not quite sure. But now I'm hearing it from the drivers that, hey, my audio's out. But for those watching the stream on Twitch, my audio's there. So, not quite sure. Breaking news. Embiid didn't play tonight. No crap, he didn't play tonight. Honestly, he needs to get another 5-game suspension from flopping against a player like, 1 foot and probably like 75 pounds smaller than he is? Ridiculous. That's what that is. Absolutely ridiculous. But getting back into the game here, looks like John Dean won the battle off of pit road, followed by Mr. Farnhart. So we'll go ahead and try to get up here with Mr. John Dean, driver of the 47 machine, as we are getting the 1 to go this time. And next time by, we will be at 31 laps to go. And here you see a little bit of decision making already. With Martinsville, you definitely want to have that inside lane. Not a whole lot of cars going to that outside, but it will be Hamilton, Helton, and Smith on the outside. On the inside, it'll be Dean, Farnhart, and Blevins as we're going to come to the restart zone. And we're officially back under green. So that was our third yellow of the evening. So again, the 3-lap MGR does come back into effect here, and just like that, John Dean able to get back out front, and he's already trying to put a gap there on the 21 machine. So we'll continue to ride around with the 47 as the 21's finally able to clear him. Now we got side-by-side action that is going to be for third behind as the 77 continues to try to work his way around the 19, and he looks like he's got some company with him. And then we got about one more lap before we do get the MGR turned off here. Again, the 47 machine. John Dean hanging on to the lead with INF currently behind. And again, that is Blevins and Hamilton battling it out for third behind. And now that the MGR is off, we'll go ahead and head back to that action, where now you see it right there in front of you. The 19, we're riding along with Luke Smith right now, currently started on the pole, worked his way back towards ninth, and has worked his way back up to fifth. So a solid, steady run here. But again, those front two cars starting to run away. Hamilton hanging on to third with Blevins and Smith now behind. Bad News Ducky currently sitting right behind him. That's Evan Helton. Talked to him a little bit pre-race in the week. He said that he had a pretty good confidence at some point this year about him being able to get back in victory lane. We did talk to him with a couple of podiums earlier this season. However, have not been able to talk to him with him being the number one driver on top yet. Jack Farnhart continuing to hold down second place, and right now it just looks like it's going to be him and Dean, as there's a nice second and a half gap back to the third place cars. Chris Hackney continuing to try to find his way up through the field, having Nuggets withdrawals. I am too, because I've got my Nuggets flag right over here. I got my Jokic jersey back there. I've got my Murray jersey back on the wall back in the hallway. Trust me, I'm having some withdrawals as well, as it looks like Farrell misses that corner bad. As you can see, that was the car that went high out there on your screen, again right along with Chris Hackney, as we'll continue to cycle through the field. Diamante Hamilton slowly trying to work his way and reel in Farnhart and Dean ahead of him, but it does look like he's been able to put a little bit of distance between himself and Blevins behind. Marquine Brewer, saw him out front earlier. Looks like he's currently hanging on to about 7th place. Winner at Phoenix. Had a podium finish last week, and now looking to get a three-peat and continuing his fantastic run here as we get to the middle portion of the UTLR Season 7. Hunter Dowling usually has a pretty good performance as far as qualifying. Started at the complete rear of the field and now is trying to work his way up, but again, trying to keep his nose clean. Not quite sure what happened there. Probably got a little bit too loose coming out of 2, and that's really been an issue for a lot of these drivers. And again, I keep mentioning it, you have to be able to get some practice in here, because there are times where your car will just kind of break loose like that and it'll end up bringing out a caution. But right now we've only had 3, and we're doing pretty decently so far. Speaking of the car that just passed him there in the 14, Cody Bonner, he looked like he was in trouble earlier. He was one of the cars that got caught up in that first caution. He ends up coming back, and now he's trying to work his way up, and he's got, I believe that is Michael Shackelford sitting right in front of him. And speaking of it, it is. Gotta like it when clicking these buttons actually kind of works out in your favor here. And now we come back here to what appears to be 4th place, as we're starting to get lap traffic again. Dean and Farnhart out front, but the 77 machine of Dylan Blevins has reeled in the 19 of Diamante Hamilton. So I think that's the 8 car of Colton Kinney. I'm not quite sure if he's trying to set a pick or what, but there's 18 laps to go, which will now be 17 now that John Dean has crossed the stripe, as we've got a couple of drivers heading down pit lane. Richard Denny, again, trying to keep his nose clean, trying to log those laps. See it as maybe a practice run for him, not quite sure, but again, never hurts. He knows that he's not really in contention right now, so he's just trying to keep it clean, learn the track just a little bit, which is never a bad idea. And now we see a lot of cars piling up here. So there was a caution on track somewhere. Did not see where, but that is going to bring out the fourth caution of the evening. As that's Crimson Sniper that is headed and currently sitting in pit road. I believe that was the driver who was sitting in pit road earlier. And it looks like it's going to be the 18 of Jacob Border who's going to get his free pass lap back. So that'll be nice for him. Sam Schaefer, as it looks like everybody's going to be coming down to the pits here. Schaefer currently riding around in ninth. It's been having a pretty quiet afternoon, according to game standards, or quiet night for us. And just like that, you see another bold strategy here with the 7 car staying out, the 16 staying out. Track position battle is now officially underway. So the 7 and the 16 choose to stay out. And it looks like they are not alone. Trapping some cars a lap down. And again, this is what kind of we get with the automations where everybody has the same pit box per se, but it is what it is. As you see the 42 just kind of slamming through everybody trying to get back out onto the track. That's not him controlling it until now. Appreciate you, Sam, for double checking that. So again, Jason, appreciate you letting me know that my audio wasn't coming through. So I do apologize for those who are going to watch this stream later. First 45 minutes, apparently my mic was dead. Don't know how, because it was lit up how it normally is, but I ended up resetting it and we're good now. But just kind of looking at everybody that did at least pit. John Dean does win the race off of pit road once again. Evan Hilton looks like he's able to come off second in that pit road melee. Jackson Stott's coming out third. Sam Schaefer coming out fourth, so he gains 3 positions with Jack Farnhart behind him. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and get the 1 to go this time by, which means when we get back to the action, I do want to say, I believe that it will be 12 laps to go in the stage. So only 4 cautions. So it does seem like the MGR is proving its worth for sure. As Jackson Stotts is going to try to work the outside with Dusty Stud, aka John Dean. But we'll go ahead and try to cycle our way back up to the front here. And we are with the 7, who's the leader. So the MBR is back live and active. So we are back to Green Flag Racing. Is this part of the Stewart Sports Sims League? No, this is not. This is something completely different. This is with the Under the Lights Racing League. This is part of the NASCAR group that I've been with for years now. So this is not anything associated with SSL. As we see a lot of commotion happening back in turn number 4. Let's see if we can get a better camera angle here for you guys here on the stream. As there you see it, we got a lot of 2, 3 wide action here. Evan Helton trying to dive down to the inside of Marquine Brewer. Alex Farrell just trying to hang on to track position here. And there you see it. The 42 is able to clear the 7, and the 99's coming behind him. Alex Farrell does get up into the wall. We've got 1 more lap of MGR, which is minimum green flag run. And I think that's really been one of the big things as to why we're not seeing as many yellows. But now that the MGR is officially off, again, Evan Helton currently in the lead. Marquine Brewer hanging on the second. Jackson Stott's third. John Dean sitting in 4th. We're currently at 9 laps to go. As here we see HD battling it out with LRS. LRS just kind of getting caught up in the muck that is the mid backfield of the drivers here, but continue to try to get a top 10 out of it. And so we actually see a car getting sideways. We see multiple cars getting involved now. So, I mean, you've got to think that that's going to be a caution for sure. So, yeah, the 31 and the 43, they get entangled. Looks like the 31's going to come out of that the cleanest here. So, not quite sure if we are getting the caution or. Whoa, okay. We just saw a car uh, disintegrate and come back to reality. That looks like it was our Denny. But I think because that happened under MGR, that we're still going to continue to race. Nope. All right, everybody's choking up now. So we are going to get one more caution here before the end of the stage. So this is going to be our fifth caution of the evening. I'm not quite sure what that brings us to as far as will that bring out the single file restarts, because single file restarts traditionally start right about this time as well. But again, with only 5 laps to go, have to think that I don't know if anybody is going to pit, especially this close to the end of the stage. Top 10 do end up getting stage points. But we'll go ahead, cycle back up to the front. Again, Evan Hilton currently in the lead. Pit road, I assume, is open this time. Will anybody go ahead and bite? And I think we are going to get at least one. So it looks like we're actually going to go ahead and get a few just kind of to get damages out of the way. So continuing these pace laps here, we've only got a couple laps to go in the stage. God, I love the graphics on this game. Just slamming into each other. Why not? So I do believe we are going to go ahead and rack them up here. So it will be green-white checker to end stage number 2. Evan Hilton. Or it may just be a one-lap shootout. Or are we under single file? I am not sure. But I think that's what it is. So I think we're going to get a single file restart. I think all the drivers who were stuck on pit road, they're going to give them that extra free wave around. Trying to see when we're going to get back to the action. I gotta think that it's going to be a one-lap shootout here. So Marquine Brewer is going to be the sole driver who goes up high out of the first 5. Diamante Hamilton will go up top as well. Jack Farnhart will join. It was going to be a one-lap shootout. How aggressive will these drivers be? I think that is going to be the big question here. Not quite sure why we're getting a little lag out of our screen now, because this is not time for it. But we're going to get one to go coming to the line. So whatever these top 10 shake out to be, that is how the stage is going to end. Jackson Stott's going to dive bomb underneath the 42 as they're going to go side by side. Evan Hilton's going to get up into the wall, and now there's going to be chaos behind. Cars going everywhere, and the 42 gets slammed down into pit road. Oh, that's unfortunate for a stage. That's definitely not going to be fun conversation there in the drivers meeting. But Jackson Stott's coming away with the stage. Sean Dean second. Diamante Hamilton third. Alex Farrell comes out fourth. Dylan Blevins fifth. Zach Clater sixth. Sam Schaefer coming away with another top 10. Tanner Herrig eighth. Chris Hackney ninth. And Jacob Border 10th. So Evan Hilton went from starting at the top, and now he is currently way, way back in the field because he got sent down pit road. All right, so we're officially a little bit over halfway through. There's 121 laps to go, with 6 cautions. So we've got to think that from here on out, it is going to be single file restarts with the exception of this next restart, which is coming to us live any moment now. So where will this all shake out? I think is going to be the big question here. And now we've got Evan Hilton continuing to be on pit road. So he's going to come out. We've got a black screen from one of our side streams. I don't know if anybody knows who's going, who's not. All right, well, there we go. So Evan Helton's actually going to end up coming out the victor here because he's going to start out at the front and he is going to be the leader as we're going to get started with stage 3. I don't know how in the world that worked. I really don't. But also just a potential issue here with the 24. I don't know if he backed out or lagged out or what's going on here, but the 24 no longer in the running. So Alan Drake not able to complete the race tonight, so he will get 24th place points. But again, we'll get back out here towards the front. But Luke Smith has found his way back up here towards the front as well. He ended up picking up 10 spots. But now giving up the bottom there to Jackson Stotts, not normally the way that wants to go. The 99 machine trying to make a move. Low. Smith's about to be trapped up high. Hopefully he can work his way back down to the bottom. Ends up collecting a little piece of the wall, but that's going to be enough to back everybody off, and that'll allow him to slide down into 3rd place. But again, Evan Houghton currently hanging on to that lead. Jackson Stotts may be looking to push the issue. Still very, very early here in the race. As again, we are just over halfway. We still have 123 laps to go, or correction, 113. I promised I can math. So, still a long way to go. And now, as you saw just behind you here on our live stream, that the 99 is trapped up high. So Luke Smith was able to get in, however, has a tougher corner. John Dean currently back there battling with the 47 and the 99, as well as a couple of others. INF trying to cruise his way and get back up here towards the front. Marquine Brewer getting into the back of Alex Farrell on one of our other screens as well. Dylan Blevins trying to work the outside to get around Diamante Hamilton. That is not going to go. And here you see Marquine Brewer. And there you see Alex Farrell right in front. And this is what I was talking about. So a little bit of an aggressive drive here from the 7 machine, just trying to continue to stay up front, or trying to get back up front. However, he has to be able to be a little bit more smooth about it. This time it looks like he's going to get low. He's going to be able to clear Alex Farrell. Ends up getting up to him just a little bit as he coasts up. But looks like he's able to clear. And the 15 of Waitman looks like he's going to try to make a move here on the 16 as well. And now we're getting some choppiness here from the stream, not 100% sure. Hopefully everything's coming through visually for you guys, so I do apologize for the little bits here and there. I know our first couple of streams here were a little bit technical, looked kind of stop motion-y, but hopefully that issue has been subsided here over these last couple of weeks. Is again Cody Bonner continuing just to try to log laps here. Michael Shackelford with Sam Schaefer behind him. Again, Schaefer, he's gotten some decent stage points tonight. Can he close it out? He's back there in the 50. There's Mr. Blevins currently battling for one of the top spots, but Luke Smith continuing just to plummet a little bit more with each passing lap here. That's going to be back to 6th now. So the 43 just not able to hold it together here. Maybe he gets a lucky restart here towards the end. And if I'm seeing that right, hold on, give me a sec here. Is that Jacob Willingham up here in 4th? Okay. Not what I was expecting to see, but that's definitely not a bad thing here for the number 3 machine, especially here in the later goings of the race as we're getting closer and closer to that 100 to go mark here in the last stage. But again, riding around in the top 5, even though Dylan Blevins gets underneath him, that should be a nice little battle. We'll go ahead and keep it right here for the time being. But again, Willingham was driving the 11 earlier this season. Ends up going over to the 3 with the RCR, and he's actually going to end up losing a couple of spots there because he was stuck on the outside. So again, I kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier. You do not want to be stuck on the outside in these turns. You want to be able to pin it as close to the bottom of these tracks as you can. So we'll go ahead and scoot away to the next driver, that being Alex Farrell, and there you see it. He's in a battle with the 21 of INF. Jacob Farnhart has been trying to work his way back up towards the front. He was a really solid driver there in the first stage, had a lot of good laps there in the second stage. Caution ended up kind of biting him there at the end of stage number 2. And there is Jack Boy trying to find his way. So it looks like a lot of this lead pack has kind of dissipated, or maybe he just kind of fell back, just trying to look at some of the numbers here. As we'll continue to cycle through here. And here we see Tanner Harry continuing his march, trying to keep his nose clean here in the number 1 machine. Mr. Waitman trying to find his way, getting ever so much closer to the front. Currently riding around in about 12th. This is going to be Jacob Border trying to work his way up. It's in about the back 2/3, I want to say. And there's our man Sam Schaefer, who's going to make a little bit of contact there with Waitman, trying to get a pass here in the 50 machine. Zach Clater has found his way back up towards the front. He's currently riding around in what appears to be the 6th position. As Blevins is currently trying to battle it out with Helton. Helton ends up getting up into the wall, as you see there on your screen, just a little bit further up the track. Luke Smith dive bombs that corner, tries to diamond it, misses the bottom, and that's going to allow room for Zach Clater to get by. Can Clater complete the pass clean? As we've got a car up in the wall. Not quite sure who that is, but we've got Dusty Stud closing on Colton Kinney. I don't know if that extra car up in the wall has got back to running or what. But Evan Helton continuing his rampage. As now we're riding along with Jack Farnhart. So, I'm trying to see who's in the lead right now. And that's one of the harder things to see. So maybe I just kind of have to guesstimate with this. Diamante Hamilton. Maybe it's John Dean. Maybe it's John Dean. Normally we can kind of piece together who's in the lead. In the real world, Victor Wembanyama dropping a 50 piece tonight. Man's getting better by the day. He looks like an alien, but boy is getting better every single day here for those San Antonio Spurs. Speaking of those Spurs, have to say, got to get prayers out to Mr. Popovich. Ended up suffering a minor stroke back on November 2nd. He's currently at home recovering. Return time to the bench currently TBD. So, again, quick shout out there to one of the greatest of all time as far as the basketball world goes and coaching, to Greg Popovich. So the Spurs running with a backup coach, but still Victor Wembanyama currently running away with a 50 piece right now for the San Antonio Spurs, and with less than a minute to go, they are up by 8. So very interesting go of it, to say the least. But yeah, Victor Wembanyama, 18 of 29, 8 of 16 from deep, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. But yes, he does have a 50 burger tonight at home against the Washington Wizards. So it looks like he'll be able to close that one out. But we'll try to get back caught up with the action here. That's been the big goal here. I do think it is John Dean. I think it is. Because I do see a 14 car ahead of him, Cody Bonner. I know Bonner was not in the lead. Trying to look and see. And I do think that it is the 47 machine that is currently up in the lead right now. And when I say he's in the lead, I mean he is in the lead because I don't know if some green flag stops have already started. If they have, they are pitting way too early here. Continuing to look through, we've got 88 to go as Marquine Brewer is trying to work his way up through. Alex Farrell, as we'll rejoin Luke Smith, who just came across the stripe. And there you see Dusty Stud. He's already coming through 3. So just really showing you how spread out this field is. The 14 clearing the way for the 47. Not going to cause him any issues there. But again, John Dean doing some work here. As now it looks like he's going to put Jack Boy down a lap. So Jack Boy's run towards the top, I do believe, is coming to an end here this evening because the 47 is in the lead. But because he's on new tires, he's going to be able to get around that 47 pretty effectively. Have to see if we get a caution here. Maybe we can re-rack this all up. As here we see Luke Smith getting around the 44 of Zach Claytor. Now we're going to try to catch up with Blevins and Helton here. I'm surprised we haven't had a game with Tony Brothers. Good Lord. That name will forever haunt Nuggets fans. And here's the thing. I'm cool with him being gone. I really am, because that just means Jokic can continue his triple-double trip. That's really what that comes down to. He can continue that all he wants. As now we'll ride along with INF, a.k.a. Mr. Jack Farnhart. And again, slowly ticking down these laps here. We're going to be at 82 to go. Or I should say 81 to go. Next time by for Mr. John Dean. Is he still a ref? As far as I know, he's still a ref. But yeah, we should be at about 81 to go with John Dean here. So again, John Dean is in the lead. Oh, well, there you go. Google is your friend. But yeah, it looks like that 47 has really started to pull away because the 42, the 43, the 44, all of them on the same team, just trying to log laps. Don't think anybody's going to try to interfere with anybody else. INF currently sitting behind. And now lap traffic coming up here for the 42. Looks like Chris Hackney might have gotten into the wall coming out of 2. He's going to throw it down pit lane as well. So we'll catch a ride here with Diamante Hamilton. Looks like he's able to do all right. Currently has a lot of open space out in front of him right now. A lot of space in front of him and a lot of space behind him. So nothing too exciting coming out of the 19 camp right now. Marquine Brewer currently working the back bumper of Tanner Herrig. Again, a lot of drivers kind of all over the place here. A lot of different pit strategies starting to come into play. And I was correct. The number 1, or the 47 of John Dean is in the lead. We are currently at 77 to go. HD continuing trying to log laps himself. Just trying to maybe do some good, trying to catch up on potentially some other drivers' misfortune. So here you see some lap traffic of Colton Kinney and Cody Bonner trying to hold up that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place. Colton Kinney is going to get out of the way, and I do believe Cody Bonner will be the next to get out of the way. Because Evan Helton, Jack Farnhart, Zach Claytor, Luke Smith, the entire cavalcade is coming behind there. As we'll ride along with Mr. Dylan Blevins. Dylan just having a quiet and steady run. Trying to see if there's anybody around him that we might be able to recognize, but it looks like he's actually out in front of the 21 and 77s, or the 21 and the 42. So it looks like he may be currently driving in 2nd, and if that's the case, that's a heck of a run here for the 77 team. Richard Denny continuing just trying to keep his nose clean. Just logging those laps as time is winding down. He knows that he's not officially in the running for the race, but he knows that he's got to get those practice laps in. And that's one big thing. You will not see anybody back out because of a rage quit. And you'll also hear it from other drivers. They all kind of respect each other. And if you don't, well, you kind of find out with what happened on Tuesday. There's a certain code of conduct that is followed, and unfortunately, the driver who ended up winning chose to break that code of conduct very violently, and he is not going to be awarded that win, as he was fully disqualified from that race last evening at Eldora. So if you were around to watch that one, that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Just hopefully he learns from it and we won't have an incident like that again. That's the easiest way to go ahead and put this. So again, laps are slowly clicking down. As again, the 3 machine just trying to do what he can. Diamante Hamilton given a little bit of a bump and run, and it is going to be that 19 machine of Diamante Hamilton, as we'll try to get around to him, and there you kind of see him right there in front of the 16, currently running second. So just to kind of give you a perspective, the 47 is right on the back bumper of the 15. You saw where he was. As we see the 47 coming around, he is currently passing the stripe. I want to say that Mr. Hamilton is all the way back in turn 3. Might be coming out of 4. Yeah, there he is. In 2. So you've got to assume that there's just a very large gap between the 47 and everybody else. And he's just been able to log laps. He's kept his nose clean. And that's what he needs to do. As again, we're looking on another screen of ours. And it just shows that Hamilton, he's coming out at 2. Right as John Dean is diving down into 3. But here you see it. He's coming across the stripe. So you have to assume he's about a quarter of a track ahead. So he's probably about 4 or 5 seconds up the road here from the 19 machine. It looks like 31 machine's getting serviced again. Right on the border, I want to say, of this pit window. So he may not have to stop again, depending. And yeah, he is definitely well within the window for pit stops. So he is going to be doing just fine as far as that goes. But in the meantime, I need to take a personal break here real quick because nature. So I do apologize for it, but we'll go ahead and leave you with the leader being the 47 of John Dean, continuing to put cars laps down as we're coming down to the closing stages of this race. But I personally will be right back.
You're soft, you're sloppy. They calling me Poppy. I'm rolling in bands, you're riding around and I beat up jalopy. How you doing? Pros wanna copy, but they are just not always. I'm up in the club, stacking the ducks and stuck in a lobby. I'm hot like sauce. You soft like balsa. You ain't heard of me? Well, you probably are. Ask about me. Nice to meet you. So good to see you. Bros wanna act hard, they need to take it easy. You soft. Cause you soft. S-A-W-F-T. Soft. go when I'm ready. No, you're soft like spaghetti. I'm walking the walk, talking the talk, calling you soft. I'm a cloak on a sword, see me out on the floor, and you getting jelly the way all these girls be up in the roar. What's up, man? You need a slap in the chin. Be soft as a sin. Bada bing, bada boom. Don't make me say it again. Nice to meet you, so good to see you. Bros wanna act hard, they need to take it easy. Soft.
Alright, so I do apologize for that delay. Again, it helps having a music break here. So sometimes nature just does what it needs to do. But again, just continued domination here from the 47 machine of John Dean as you've been riding along here with him for these last few laps. INF currently running in third. Dylan Blevins currently holding on to fourth. Diamante Hamilton hanging on the second. And that is a sight there on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, I did not expect to see, is Luke Smith and Evan Helton, of all the drivers, to be going a lap down. Just not a good night here for the 42 and 43. It's the 47 just able to hold it off and use that momentum on that high lane. He's going to clear the 42. Maybe 42 is definitely going to put up a fight. Evan Helton always does. But now the 47 is able to clear him. So again, the 47 just continuing to put drivers down, keep distance. Luke Smith, he's going to come up and he's going to go ahead and say, forget this, I'm going to hop into pit lane now. So he's going to come in for his last scheduled stop. As here we ride along with Mr. Helton. If he can stay right behind the 47, that's probably going to be his best shot there. The 31 trying to shoot the gap. He's going to. He's got fresher tires. So now you see these tires coming into play a little bit more with every single passing lap. You can kind of see who's got the fresh tires, who doesn't, who's going to make the pit, who's not. As there we see Dylan Blevins. He's going to head down pit road. INF now takes over second place, or third place, I should say. As now here's Chris Hackney coming down. Yeah, Diamante Hamilton continuing to hang on to second. As it now appears that Luke Smith has finished his last service here on your screen. Marquine Brewer continuing his solid day. So a lot of green flag pit stops happening. Again, no major changes up front yet. So we'll have to see how they all cycle out here. As Diamante Hamilton, you just saw it there on your screen, he's going to come in for his last scheduled service. As now we've got HD down in the wall. Don't know what exactly happened there. Sam Schaefer, he's going to go ahead and come down as well. Blevins all the way back to 12th. So 31 no longer in the wall from what I'm able to see. He is not. So again, this game can be rewarding at times. Sometimes it could just be a pain in the left butt cheek, to put it politely. So there's Jack Boy. And trying to come around to who I expected to be our leader still, being John Dean, continuing to make his push. I don't know if he's just trying to stick it out and hope for a caution or what exactly the 47's plan is here, but you've got to think with only 45 to go, he's going to try to push this as long as he possibly can. Maybe about 5 more laps for sure before that 47 comes in. And once he comes in and cycles out, then we'll probably get a better idea of who's in the lead, who's where on the track, who's in what position. Because with green flag pit stops, especially at a small track like this, after about 10, 15 laps, everybody just kind of spreads way, way out. And once they get spread out like this, it is almost impossible to know who is where on the track. But not only that, especially, again, this game's, golly, almost 5 years old at this point. So they weren't really concerned about putting a live ticker for those who are broadcasting on the screen so that you can follow along at home at the top. Be like, oh, okay, this person's in the lead, this person's in second, you know, things of that nature. Just was never a thing, unfortunately. But if I'm looking at everything correctly right now, John Dean should only have a couple laps left of fuel here. As again, it's hard to really go through the field and tell any story until we know for sure who is where on the track. But again, the 47 continuing his torrid pace, have to assume that he's going to come down next time by. Still have yet to see the 47 come down pit road. So only a few laps remaining on this run as it's going to be 40 to go for this 47 machine. And if I'm seeing this correctly, the 47 is in second. Okay, that's not what I was expecting to see. So if he's in second, does that mean who in the world? It might be the one car. But he's going to come in and get service. He was about 5 seconds ahead. Crimson Sniper. Okay. He was the one out front, but now it looks like we're going to get everybody serviced here. So everybody will be good to go. So we'll be at about 39, give it 38 laps to go once these last few pits do cycle out. Have to imagine, did the 47 already pit while I was in the restroom? It's kind of what I'm thinking happened, but now we see the 8 going around. Does that pick up another car? Did that pick up another one? I don't know, but if it did, it could shake up this entire race. From what I saw, only the 8 car did go around. We don't see anybody slowing down on track. So if it was truly only the 8 car that went around, that could be some bad business there for the 8 team, for a lot of teams that were maybe expecting to be able to push this until the end and maybe get that extra little bit of a lap back here. But again, John Dean, from what I'm assuming, is back in the lead because he is not pitted. He was in second. We saw the 1 pit. We saw the 16 dive down as well. So about 35, 34 laps to go. John Dean continuing to do what he needs to do here on the track. Just laying laps down, doing what he needs to do. Anybody that was a lap down is continuing to be a lap down, maybe getting lapped for a second or potentially third time. I think a lot of people were having questions with this race. Who would become the new mole at Molesville with this because of how dominant Mole in the Hole was at this track when he was with the league. He's moved on to do different things out there in the Ohio region, so just want to give him a quick shout out. Hope that he is doing well. But only going to be a few more minutes here before this race does officially come to a close, but unless we get a caution, have to believe that Dusty Stud is going to run away with this race. So with that in mind, we'll go ahead and continue to cycle our way through the field. LRS, again, trying to salvage what he can of the day. It's not very often you see one of the more dominant drivers of the league just getting absolutely passed and lapped like he has. Evan Helton, kind of the same situation with him. But he's currently working the back bumper of HD. It looks like HD's not going to fight him too much. Should just go ahead and let him go here as he does. INF now coming down the front stretch here. So we should have about 30 laps to go. Continuing just to cycle through the field. There's Hack. There's Diamante Hamilton. And it's possible that Hamilton is in the lead. But the more I look at this, the more I don't think he is. Again, this is one of the harder parts with broadcasting, and I keep apologizing for it. I shouldn't have to. It is what it is. Actually, let's go ahead and see if Mr. Dusty Stud is streaming. And if he is, we'll go ahead and use his as the side stream here to kind of help mark things down. But just looking at his stuff, it is showing him in P1. So that is him right behind the 20 machine here of Michael Shackelford. Second place is going to be the 19 machine of Diamante Hamilton. John Dean continuing to lay down ridiculous lap times here. And 19.8 that time. Has almost half a track between him and second place. Just absolute dominance coming out of this 47 machine. There's the 77. And there you kind of see him just ahead. Just in the distance as the 47 continuing to have a little bit of an issue here, trying to get past Shackelford. Our Denny just continuing to try to log laps. Looks like his car's been relatively clean today. And now we got Jack Boy trying to push the issue here with the 47, trying to go high. Not quite sure why the 99's pushing the issue as hard as he is, but John Dean, he's not worried about it. He still has half a track between himself and second place. Colton Kinney trying to stay out of trouble as well. Same with Jacob Willingham. Saw him earlier all the way up in 5th, but seems like that run has tapered off. Here we're riding with Mr. Alex Farrell. Currently with INF in front of him, Waitman behind him. So cars just kind of all over the track here. As here is Jack Boy. He might have just been able to get his lap back from Mr. John Dean. As there you see the 47 back there in the distance, able to go ahead and clear the 48. But still continuing to log fantastic lap times here. 19s easily. And Dylan Blevins, he's not going to stand in the way of the 99. The 99 just absolutely on a mission right now. Here with John Dean slowly hunting down the 77 once again. Tanner Herrig, he had the lead for a couple of laps, but that was after the pit cycle. So if this was the old Winston Cup format, he would have gotten himself a few extra points. But unfortunately, it is not in this day and age, and I could get into so much more, just truly how I feel about that, but this isn't the time or place. Waitman continuing to have a pretty decent run here with Alex Farrell behind him, as that looks like an interesting battle. That should be for about 11th or 12th, I believe. Jacob Border trying to keep his nose clean there in the 18. He probably has one of the cleanest cars here on track. Don't see a whole lot of damage on him, if any, probably very minimal damage on the 18. Sam Schaefer, kind of the same deal in the 50 machine. But he was just passed recently by the number 47, but it looks like he may be trying to fight his way back, get one of his laps back. Zach Clater, he's been a very consistent driver here this evening. Again, Alan Drake backed out in between stage 2 and stage 3. But again, it's been the entire Dusty Stud show, aka John Dean, really since the drop here in stage number 3. The long run has been very beneficial here for the 47, but also just kind of looking at some of these lap times, he's starting to fall off just a little, but again, he knows he does not need to push the issue at all here. Still very much in the low 20s, as now he's going to get down to the inside of the 77 and finally make that pass. So Dylan Blevins now is going to go a lap down. Doesn't look like there's going to be too much opposition there in front of the 47 machine as far as who's going to contend with him, who's going to get in his way. And as soon as he's got clean air, he's back down in the 19s as far as lap time goes. We'll have to see what it looks like this time by for Mr. Dean. And again, a 19.905. Absolutely just clocking these laps in as cars just being conscientious of the fact that the 47 is rolling through, running up and down the tracks here, trying to stay out of the way. As we're now at 11 to go. So with that in mind, we'll just go ahead and cycle through one more time. LRS continuing to try to make a solid run out of this evening's game. It just has not been his way. Was a fantastic driver up towards the front. However, nothing really here in stage number 3. But again, I could be wrong. Evan Hilton, kind of the same story as we saw with Luke Smith. Both of those cars very much up in the fight and in contention. But it looks like John Dean is going to be able to pull this one out. Jack Farnhart, usually a big-time player in these kinds of races as well. He's been having a quietly steady day from what I know. Hack, as there we see him coming out of 4 once again. Just been trying to keep that thing straight as long as he can, trying to survive these last few laps. Diamante Hamilton coming second right now with 8 laps to go. Have to see what that is going to look like for him and how that affects the standings. The number 7 of Black Hammer, aka Marquine Brewer, he's been having a quietly steady race as well. Hopefully he ends up with something right there. Was it just you that moved up here? Yes, it was, Jason. It was just me. However, Josie, the other half, she will be up here middle of December as we'll be able to celebrate our 5-year anniversary together in the middle of December. So very much excited for that. Hunter Dowling continuing just to try to finish out this race as we've now got 6 laps to go. Same with Mr. Bonner. Shackelford. It looks like he's really been able to keep a clean car as well here this evening there in the number 20 DeWalt machine. Dylan Blevins, again, he's been able to keep his car relatively clean as well. Not quite sure if he's fighting for position there with Alex Farrell. Jacob Willingham, again, we saw him earlier, but is there you see the number 19 diving down underneath, just further ensuring that he's going to finish at least 1 lap down. Jack Boy continuing to try to run away. As now we've got Luke Smith, literally the first car in front of Mr. Dusty Stud, aka John Dean. We've got 3 to go, so we're just going to go ahead and blitz right back to him. He's going to dive down to the inside of the 43. There's no contest there from the 43. Again, kind of surprising to see the 43 not having a fantastic run. 2 to go this time here for Mr. John Dean. So this will be, I want to say, his 2nd or 3rd victory of the season here for the 47 machine. Don't see any competition coming. His next closest, still half a track behind. It's going to be 1 to go this time for the 47. So the 47 car, I was driving that car last season before I had to back out due to contractual obligations up in Wyoming. So it looks like it's going to be John Dean, Diamante Hamilton, Jack Farnhart, your top 3. And then after that, craziness because everybody else is a lap down, but your winner is going to be the 47 of John Dean. So we've got John Dean, Diamante Hamilton, Jack Farnhart, Sam Schaefer comes home 4th, Dylan Blevins 5th, Marquis Brewer 6th, Zach Clater 7th, Luke Smith 8th. He was 2 laps down in 8th. 9th was Tanner Herring, and we will get the rest later on. But you want to talk about dominance from a driver here tonight. It was absolutely the 47 machine. John Dean, Diamante Hamilton did everything he needed to not go a lap down in this race. Same with INF, but we knew that INF was getting close with this. But again, solid run for all of those drivers. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here on my side. And then when we return, we will see what we can do about maybe talking to a couple of these drivers.
Your shoe size, ay, 2 katanas. I make it hot like we in Punta Cana. Ducking cameras, stuck in traffic, up in some balaclavas. Get savage, we come to ravage, flexing like Muhammad Ali, standing tall all over you average. Make way, black rage on my feet, wearing black shades, like I'm paid in these streets. It's a dark day. Watch the sharks spray on weak. Take your diamonds off, you call it Blue Street, 'cause it's war town. Make way, black rage on my feet, wearing black shades. I'm paid in these streets, it's a dark day. Watch the sharks spray on weak. Take your diamonds off, you call it Blue Street, 'cause it's war time. About to hear me, son. Ay, I got something strong around me. Yeah, 10,000 fall around me, son. And the weapons drawn, fighting my cheek. Yeah, go ahead, fire at me. Yeah, watch them weapons all fall to my feet. 'Cause you floating up in the air, realizing I'll put you there. Realize you live in your step, because none of your dogs is there. Where they at? Hiding from the truth, just like you, lying through your truth. Talking bulletproof, where's the proof? All my dogs and sounds, cut her up your town. Word to mama, watch this cut sound. Make your favorite rappers look like clowns. 100 pounds, bonafide, take your shooters out. Run the bell, home and take the mic, put it on the ground. I'm a grandstand, ain't nobody touching on my halo. Black noses sticking quick like Play-Doh, what you think of? Black rage on my feet, wearing black shades, like I'm paid in these streets. It's a dark day. Watch the sharks spray on weak. Take your diamonds off, you call it Blue Street, 'cause it's war town. Black rage on my feet, wearing black shades, like I'm paid in these streets. It's a dark day. Watch the sharks spray on weak. Take your diamonds off, you call it Blue Street, 'cause it's war town.
right, and we are officially wrapping things up here from Martinsville Speedway or virtual Martinsville for the Xfinity 250. And don't know if I've been able to ever say this as far as UTLR goes, but we're going to talk with the three drivers that all managed to finish on the lead lap. And we'll start with the third place finisher, driver of the number 21 machine in INF. And INF, I know it's been a very interesting couple of weeks here. Last week we saw the internet kind of go against you, but this week no issues, and it really didn't seem like you had any issues on track.
Sure. So the just the race about right until the final restart for stage number two, I felt like my car was very nice. It felt very nice to be up in the front. It felt like I handled pretty well, and I thought I might have a shot at it. But unfortunately, during that restart to end stage number two, I sustained a lot of damage. So, and that put me back in 18th place. So I knew that, especially at Martinsville, um, yeah, it was quite. It was going to be quite an uphill battle, and not only that, but I got damage again. Like I got 2 seconds of damage again during the green flag run in the beginning of stage three. So I was kind of hoping for a caution. I mean, a part of me kind of wanted a caution just because to be close, but just to try and have a shot at it. But equally, um, I am pretty happy that that went green all the way, and we kind of got to race it out and drive through the field. Ultimate, and yeah, I I'm pretty happy with that. I felt like maybe if I had not started like all the way like at last, maybe I would have had a shot. But I don't think there was really any denying that Dusty deserved that. He drove a fantastic race, and it was fun to race him when I was up towards the front with him. And like in High Road as well, he had a fantastic race. P2 is amazing. So congrats to both of them. Um, yeah.
And another podium finish here for you, INF. And I know with these middle races here coming up soon, I know there's going to be a couple of double points races and things of that nature. But I know last week everybody was in the Gen 6s and now coming back to the Gen 7s. How much of that really played into, I guess, your benefit here? Like, did you ever feel more comfortable driving the Gen 7s now that it's been out and really been raced more compared to the Gen 6s over the years?
Think as far as in the difference between cars, felt that I kind of liked how the next gen drove a little bit more. I felt like I was able to really keep it nice and steady on the bottom. And with the Gen sixes, I feel they're a little bit more snappy. They're a little bit more loose, and they might be a little bit easier to drive, or it might be a little bit more fun to drive. But the next gen, I felt kind of planted, and um, I felt that it offered a good opportunity to try and make passes. I think passing at least cleanly, you were able to do that a lot better here with the next gens, and so ultimately, um, I was kind of happy that this was a next gen car. It wouldn't have really mattered to me that much if it were a Gen 6, but um, I feel like next gen kind of helped me a little bit more in that ordeal.
Absolutely. Well, another fantastic podium finish there for you, Mr. INF, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again here soon.
Thank you for broadcasting.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then from the third place finisher, we move on to the second place finisher, which I know a lot of people may be surprised in hearing that it is High Road, because High Road, let's be honest, a lot of times it ends up you're kind of up there in the fight, and then towards the end, it just kind of doesn't go your way. But tonight, there really was no issue with it, and you're coming home with a P2.
Even top myself up guard. With the started P10 and all that. I never thought I'd even sniff the top five, with Duffy, LRS, INF, Ducky, all them, all fantastic racers. I never thought I'd even sniff the top five with them on track, but lo and behold, sorry, I'm trying to catch myself.
You're good.
It feels so damn good to have a car worthy of the top five again. Now, I'll admit, The track record in this league is nothing close to just say memorable. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to, get get closer and closer and closer to, victory land and all that. But yeah, just so yeah, I'm happy, man. And
Abs- Yeah, I was gonna say you should absolutely be happy with a performance like this, and kind of like with what other drivers are going through. It feels like if you're able to get some practice in, to help log these laps, it's only going to help you do better. And I'll kind of pose the same question to you as I did with INF just a moment ago. How much of a difference have you been able to feel between Gen 6 and Gen 7, and how much does that change kind of your outlook going from race to race, depending on if you're going to be in the next gen or in the old cars?
yes, that seven feels a lot more, precise. Know, with the Gen 6, you gotta have a damn near perfect setup if you want any chance at the top five, unless you're like on a wheel. We've done this for like 3 or 4 years. But if you like me and that seven is your forte, then you might come somewhere close to a top 10. But gotta be, kind of the bird to choke. That one guy that runs, mid pack, will even might stiff a top last season. You instantly top that somehow. Uh, it's still not a win. I will admit that. Dusty was the best car all day. He earned this one. We could argue that Jack Boy was deserving of this one too, but he had his issues with someone else, and it basically became a two-horse race, and the second horse was barely in the question. Anyways, congrats to Dusty. He was the best car all day. He earned that one, and shout out to the 21 too. He was a contender as well. And we're gonna build, constantly build on this one, and see how the rest of the season turns out.
Absolutely. Build on it. Congratulations. Again, best finish of the season so far, surpassing what you did last season. Can only go up from here, my friend. We'll hopefully talk to you again soon, okay?
Sorry, everybody.
All right. And then from there, we'll go to the guy who almost felt like he was on a personal mission to try to put everybody a lap down, or at least that's kind of what it looks like on the screen. And just with some of these laps that you were able to turn here, Dusty, I mean, I don't even know how to describe your car other than I think. In reality, I think that's probably the closest thing that I've probably ever seen to Jeff Gordon's T Rex car from that All Star race a few years ago with that kind of performance that you had here tonight.
Wasn't expecting it for track races or about another like Hammer. I thought Hammer was going to be would be the pick to, and I was real content on five for the night. Then I don't know. Once I got a couple laps under my belt and I was able to get some clean air, I just went into a flow state and knocking down laps. Fortunate what happened to Jack Boy. I don't know what happened there. I think it was definitely I for sure know he was probably way faster than me just based on how he was pulling before whatever incident he got into. But feels really good to get a win back since Indy. I've been counting down the weeks trying to get one over and over. Finally feels good to get back in the W column.
Yeah, and compared to what we saw from you last year, it always seemed like there was every which way under the sun that you were able to finish second, and now this is now multiple times that you found yourself in victory lane, and we're not even 10 races in. I mean, how does it feel compared to last year? How does it feel driving with this crew again? And do you feel like you're going to be able to keep this up here for the last 8 races before the playoffs?
Sure, I know guys on my team definitely improved. Road course racing, just certain tracks in general, getting their opinions and what they think about what to do with the car. And I really don't know what to say. Really, once I got to that flow state, I was just knocking those laps down, and sun was turning, and just waiting to get to that five to go. And then once that five to go hit, all the all the stress went off my back. Able to drive it home.
Absolutely able to drive that home. And not only that, how much do you think it was a benefit to you to see that last stage go green for the full 120 laps plus.
For this race, I was 100% expecting this race to be a contest. So it's just Martinsville. You know how it goes, but really surprising. Was shout out to everybody. You know, all the lap cars who got out my way. Yeah, really everybody just having that was probably one of the most cleanest Martinsville races I've ever been a part of.
Cannot argue with that result. Only 5 cautions tonight. Usually we see a lot more, kind of with what you said. But Dusty, again, it's been awesome talking to you multiple times throughout the season. I'm sure we'll probably talk to you again really soon. But go ahead, go celebrate, enjoy tonight, and we'll see you next week.
All right, just like how this ends closer to us last year, he's gonna get that, and then once he gets that, I think it's just gonna open the floodgates.
A lot of drivers definitely making their way up the board here, but again, a fantastic run there from the number 47 machine, able to bring home his multiple victories here on the season as we turn our attention to next Wednesday when these guys will be back on the track, and that's when we'll be back here on the stream as well. But again, Dusty Stud coming home with another victory. High Road coming home second. INF coming home third. Those were the only 3 drivers that finished on the lead lap. So congrats to all of them. And that is going to be it for us here tonight here on UTLR Live or through twitch.com/ENC McClintock. You can always catch the stream there or on YouTube under UTLR Storm there. But until next week, we will go ahead, say goodnight here from our broadcast, and we will see you guys next Wednesday.